Yeah, Antonio dropped a video on this first, so I figured I'd talk about Taylor Swift too. With Donald Trump getting elected and the rise of white supremacy, it's really no surprise that it started seeping into pop culture. What I didn't expect, though, was for it to be this blatant, or for these Sun Dodgers to be so bold about it. Anyway, comment for the algorithm. If you're not familiar with Sydney Sweeney, she's that white actress from Euphoria, the one who hooked up with her friend's abuser in the show. Outside of her acting, she fits the stereotypical white beauty standard, so it was only a matter of time before people began hyping her up. To be fair, there's nothing wrong with being a white woman who happens to be considered attractive. She's just an actress, just a person. And if it ended there, I wouldn't have anything else to say. But then came that commercial.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
You see what I did there, right? Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
So we've got cars, a white girl with blue eyes, and a narrator who keeps emphasizing genes. You can't get more stereotypically American than that. Still, the ad feels like a dog whistle, because repeating how a blue-eyed white girl has great genes couldn't be more on the nose. Racists might pretend not to get it, but it's hard to ignore how openly prejudiced things have gotten lately. Think about it. A memorial for black veterans was recently taken down in the Netherlands, and the Trump administration has tried to remove Civil War imagery tied to slavery, clearly an effort to rewrite history. Why else would they do that? The reason's obvious. It's racism. Trying to erase the pain and trauma my ancestors suffered to make America look cleaner is disgusting. Which brings me back to
Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story, will continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great genes look good on everyone.
What an awful response. I can't stand people who act willfully ignorant. It's such a manipulative way to dismiss criticism. Pretending not to understand, twisting words, or playing dumb is sinister because it's deliberate. They know exactly what they're doing but hide behind fake confusion. And with how wild politics have gotten lately, it's hard to take anyone's we didn't know seriously. Big brands all have PR teams. They know what they're putting out. We just finished roasting Kai Cenat and his PR team, so American Eagle can't act clueless about how people would react. It's not just about intent, it's about perception. If they claim this commercial wasn't going to be taken the wrong way, that's a lie. And clearly, white supremacy doesn't sell either. That's why Christie flopped so badly, one of the top 10 worst openings in over 2,000 theaters. It's supposed to be a film about a lesbian boxer stuck in an abusive marriage with a man. But white supremacy doesn't allow for stories that don't fit its rigid image of cis white men and women. It's toxic. It targets anyone who falls outside that narrow box.
If Christie gave even one woman the courage to take her first step towards safety, then we will have succeeded. So yes, I'm proud. Why? Because we don't always just make art for numbers. We make it for impact, and Christie has been the most impactful project of my life.
Just move her out of the spotlight already. Honestly, this seems fake. Sure, I agree that nobody makes art purely for the numbers, but how can she claim to inspire women, especially queer women, to seek safety when, in her downtime, she's out here pushing dog whistles for the same crowd that hates anyone who isn't white? The whole statement feels performative, and during the white supremacy controversy, Sydney Sweeney did an interview, but the interviewer went way too easy on her. Worse, she didn't even deny it.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that, maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
If someone asks you directly, were you dog whistling for white supremacists? And your response isn't an immediate, of course not. That's absurd. You're probably a white supremacist. There's really no other way to see it. I missed 2020's version of wokeness before white people hijacked it and twisted it into this weird mockery of progressivism, especially anything associated with black people. These modern Sun Dodgers are just unsettling. And like I said, That interviewer was way too lenient on Sydney Sweeney. If someone can't even deny being a white supremacist, it's on the interviewer to either stop the cameras or call it out. You feel me? But enough about Sydney Sweeney, let's move on to Taylor Swift. She's dating Travis Kelce now. But before that, he was with Kayla Nicole. This matters because when Taylor dropped Life of a Showgirl, people noticed some of the lyrics, and unsurprisingly, more racial and white supremacist undertones popped up, not to mention her ex Maddie Heatley. He's been caught up in so many controversies that there's an entire Reddit thread breaking it all down. But let's look at some of Taylor's lyrics and laugh at the not-so-subtle dog whistles. First, in Open Light, she sings about being sleepless in the onyx night before the sky turns open light. Onyx, a black stone, open light, a light one. Travis Kelce used to date a black woman, and now he's with Taylor, a white woman. See the pattern? Then there's Wish List, where she references a they who wants Balenci shades and a fat butt, and says she wants to have kids with Travis Kelce, so the whole neighborhood looks like them. If that's not racial coding, what is? What's she really saying here? It feels like subtle shade, using aesthetics tied to black culture and luxury while promoting the perfect nuclear family, which has always leaned toward a white ideal. Because let's be real, the black family structure has been under attack for generations. Black men are imprisoned at disproportionate rates, tearing apart families and making it nearly impossible to fit into that traditional nuclear family image. And I think Taylor knows that. She's aware of what she's doing. I don't want to keep ranting about white supremacy, but Sydney Sweeney and Taylor Swift both come off as extremely lame for this. I genuinely wonder how they can live with themselves knowing they're reinforcing racist dog whistles and feeding into white supremacy. Where are their morals? You really have to question it. Anyway, shout out to all my beautiful black people and my beautiful queer people. I'm done for now. I'm gonna go watch some shows. Y'all take care. Bye bye.